In this segment, we're going to talk about how to use that and which. Let's talk about the difference between using that and which. So the key thing that you want to remember when using that and which is that we use that for information that is essential to the sentence, and we use which for information that is non-essential to the sentence. But a really important thing to remember is that essential does not mean important to the sentence. It doesn't mean that the detail is unique or important. It rather means, this is going to be the definition I'm going to give you of essential. Essential, in other words, means so we're going to define essential as necessary to differentiate between like things. Well, what do we mean by this? Let me give you an example. Okay, so you see a sentence and it says, please bring the Gutenberg Bible, that or which is on the table. This is an easy sentence. There is only one possible use for a relative pronoun here. There's only one pronoun that will work. And that pronoun, have you guessed, is which. I cannot use the pronoun that in this sentence. Well, why is that? Remember that I said that we use when the information is essential to the sentence, or in other words, necessary to differentiate between like things, and we use which when the information is non-essential or not necessary to differentiate between like things. Well, here's the scenario. I have over here on the table the Gutenberg Bible. There is only one Gutenberg Bible. So it's only possible that there can be one Gutenberg Bible. It's not like there can be 10 sitting on the table. So I don't have to differentiate which one of the 10 different Gutenberg Bibles I want you to bring. I want you to bring just the one and only Gutenberg Bible, which is on the table. So this is on the table is not necessary information for me to understand which Gutenberg Bible I want you to bring. So let me restructure the sentence and we'll look at it again. Okay, notice what happens when I make this change to the sentence. Please bring the book, that or which is on the table. Well, now we've totally changed the parameters. In fact, odds are there are multiple books that could be around my house. And in fact, this information now is on the table, is necessary in order to differentiate the book that I want you to bring between other like things or additional books. So because you need to know this information in order to bring the book or know which book I'm talking about, this information right here that comes after my relative pronoun is essential to understand which thing or which book I'm talking about. So I need to use that. Please bring the book that is on the table. Okay, I'm going to put up another sentence to help illustrate this. Okay, so in this sentence, I want the umbrella. I'm heading out of the house, I'm off to my business meeting, and I say to my roommate, I want the umbrella, that or which is on the table. Well, the odds are that there are multiple umbrellas, that there could be even two potentially umbrellas, because umbrella is a pretty generic term. So this information here, this detailed information, is necessary in order to differentiate this umbrella from other potential like umbrellas. So in this case, I must use the word that. I want the umbrella that is from Target, okay? So in other words, The more general the item, the more likely it is that you're going to need this information to differentiate it between other like things. But watch what happens when I put the detailed information before the item. So if I give more detail about the item, it becomes less necessary to differentiate it. Okay, now in this case, I've actually given you already qualifier information. I've made my thing more unique. I want the pink striped umbrella, that or which is from Target. Well, the odds are there aren't too many pink striped umbrellas. So this information from Target becomes non-essential or less necessary in order to let me know which umbrella I'm talking about. So in this case, I'm going to put in the word which. I want the pink striped umbrella, which is from Target. So remember, if the information that comes after the thing that I'm modifying is necessary to differentiate that thing from other like things, that makes it essential, and I want to use that. Otherwise, if this information is not necessary to identify this item, then it's non-essential and I can use the word which. Now you might notice that with my red marker, I added something to my sentence every time I used the word which. I added a comma. And that's because when I use non-essential information, in this case, the relative pronoun which, I need to use, in fact, I must use a comma. If, however, I change my sentence back to, I want the umbrella that is from Target, no comma. In fact, you never, and I love it when we can use a never with grammar, you never use a comma when you're using that as a relative pronoun for essential information. So no comma. Use a which, then you do have a comma.